Rav Chosid Reb Noteh, the Rav of Molestirtzineh, was a Chosid of the Mittler Rebbe. After the Istakos of the Mittler Rebbe, was a Chosid of the Tzemach Tzedek. The Rebbeim used to send young Bachim to him so they should learn Chassidus from him. His derech was that when he needed to learn Chassidus with the young Bachrim, he would grab onto one of them and he would tell him, Batinke, Batinke. It's an expression in Old Russian, an affectionate expression. And those words would go like an arrow into the heart of the Bacher and would cause him a tremendous excitement to an extent that he will start crying. All of this is related by the Mechaber of the Beis Rebbe. For Beis Rebbe, it also relates that Reb Noteh was one of the three Chassidim that the Mittler Rebbe said about them, that he was poyel in them the kavana elyono the way he wants. Reb Noteh was a very modest, humble person, and also externally he looked like a simple man. And when he would come to Lubavitch and anybody who saw him who didn't recognize him, who didn't know who he was, he would assume that he's a simple man. It happened once that Reb Noteh was in Lubavitch and was doing the Yerid, was doing the market season. So at night he entered the Beis Medrash of the Tzemach Tzedek to sleep there. Now the Tzemach Tzedek made a rule that during the Yerid in Lubavitch, since there was a lot of thieves, so the Bachrim in the Beis Medrash shouldn't let anyone sleep in the Beis Medrash overnight, so nobody steals anything. So when they saw that this Reb Noteh, who they didn't recognize, was preparing to sleep in the Beis Medrash, so the Bachrim started to kick him out. So Reb Noteh started to beg them that they should let him stay there, but he said, I'm not a thief. But they didn't let him, and they forcefully dragged him out of the Beis Medrash. In the meantime, Harav HaKodesh Reb Yisrael Noach, the Tzemach Tzedek's son, came, and when he saw that they are schlepping out the famous Reb Noteh, so he told the Bachim, what are you doing? That's Reb Noteh, which they obviously heard about Reb Noteh before, was one of the most famous Chassidim. They just didn't recognize him. So when they heard that, out of fear, they dropped him. He fell on the floor. Afterwards, Reb Noteh said to Reb Yisrael Noach, what do you want from them? They did the right thing to me. That's what the Rebbe said to do, to kick everyone out of the Beis Medrash. There was a story once with one of the Yungalite who always heard how people mention Reb Noteh's name with a lot of awe and respect and praise. But he never got to see him, and he always had a wish to see him. So once when this younger man came to Lubavitch, he asked, who are the Chassidim present in Lubavitch right now? So when they told him that Reb Noteh from Molestirtzineh is here, he got very excited, and finally he'll be able to get to know this famous Chassid. So he asked around where Reb Noteh is staying, and he went out to that place to go and meet Reb Noteh. Before the younger man walked into the place where Reb Noteh was staying, he met a person who just came out of their house. So the younger man asked that person, is the Chassid Harav Reb Noteh here in this Achsanya? So this man answered him, they make a big deal of him. There's a little shtetl called Molestirtzineh, and there's a little Rav there called Noteh, and they make a big deal of him. So when this younger man heard how this man is insulting and is playing down the famous Reb Noteh, he got really upset, and he rebuked him, and he even gave him a slap. And the man walked away, and this younger man entered the Achsanya. And when he entered, he asked, where can I see Reb Noteh? So they told him, what do you mean where can you see him? He just left. You probably met him on his way out. So the younger man realized that the person who he slapped was Reb Noteh himself. So later he went and he met Reb Noteh, and he apologized and he asked for mechila. But Reb Noteh just laughed and he said, you didn't really do anything. It's all good. Reb Noteh's house stood right across the street from his brother-in-law's house, meaning him and his brother-in-law married two sisters. So once there was a whole debate between the two sisters by whose husband is holier and has a bigger Chassidish Yid, and they were arguing between each other while standing in their homes, and they were talking to each other through the window. So his wife is standing in their house talking through the window, and her sister from across the street talking back to her from the window. So amongst the things that Reb Noteh's wife shared was that my husband fasts a lot. And she added, for an example, today my husband Reb Noteh fasted. He didn't eat anything today. So when Reb Noteh heard that, he got up quickly from his place and he found a slice of cake and he walked over to the window and he started to bite out of it, saying that, no, it's not true. I didn't fast today. And he made sure to stay by the window for a while to make sure that everybody sees that he ate. Reb Fala Khan related that in the city of Reb Noteh lived a very wealthy man. And once, on Yutas Kislev, when the Chassidim gathered for Fabrengen, and amongst them, obviously, Reb Noteh, so they walked to the shul for the Fabrengen, and they passed through the house of this big Gvir. So Reb Noteh knocked on this Gvir's window, and he called out, Icha, Icha. That was his name, Icha, Icha. Saying Ein Soif one time is more precious than all of your wealth. Once, Reb Noteh was for Sukkos by the Tzemach Tzedek, and the Tzemach Tzedek was Fabrengen Simchas V'Yeseh Shoeva, and it was a big Fabrengen. The Chassidim mixed wine with mashke and different types of mashke together, and they gave Reb Noteh a big cup that had a mixture of a bunch of mashke in it. Reb Noteh took the cup, and he drank it up, and it didn't affect him at all. So the Tzemach Tzedek reacted, and he said that Reb Noteh is ayin, and an ayin could tolerate all extremes altogether at once. And another story, or maybe it's the same story, just a different nusach, that once by a Tzemach Tzedek's Farbrengen, the Tzemach Tzedek poured a whole big cup of very strong mashke, and he gave it to someone to drink, and that someone refused, saying that it's too much for me, it's not good for my health. So the Tzemach Tzedek took the cup, and he gave it to Reb Noteh, and he told him, Noteh, nem du bist doch ayin. Noteh, you take it, you are ayin. So Reb Noteh took the cup, and he drank it all up. Reb Noteh was the Rav of Molestirtzineh, and he had a very talented daughter. And one day, unfortunately, his daughter suddenly passed away. So when the Chassidim in the city came to B'Menachem Avel, when they walked in, they saw that he's in a very passionate spirit, and he's very much deep in thought. So first they thought that he's very much deep in thought about the tragedy that he just had, and that's what he's thinking about. But then suddenly, Rabbi Noteh, when he realized that the Chassidim are there, he woke up from his deep thought and he said, I brought a mimer from Rebbe. I brought a mimer from the Rebbe. So they understood that what he was all excited and deep in thought about until now was the mimer that he just brought from the Rebbe. We'll finish off with a Nigun Simcha from Reb Shalom Charitonov. This is a new rendition, and I hope you enjoy.
Ay ay did ay 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 did dum ay 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 did ay 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 did dum ay ay did ay ay did dum ay ay did ay I did it dum, I did it dum, I did it dum, I did it, I did it dum, I did it dum, I did it dum, I did it, I did I did it, 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 I ay ay did it ay did it ay did I did it ay did it ay did I